Drunkboat is a science fiction short story by American writer Cordwainer Smith. It was first published in the magazine Amazing Stories in October 1963. It was included in Space Lords, a collection of 5 stories by Cordwainer Smith published in May 1965. It appeared in the Instrumentality of Mankind, a collection published in May 1979. And it was in the Rediscovery of Man, a complete collection of his short stories, published in 1993. Background: the story was based on the writer's earlier The Colonel Came Back from the Nothing at All, which in 1955 had failed to find a publisher. In 1963, he was asked to provide a story for Amazing Stories, and the earlier story became a basis for Drunkboat. The Colonel Came Back from the Nothing at All, in a revised version made in 1958, was first published in the collection The Instrumentality of Mankind. Like other stories of Cordwainer Smith, Drunkboat is part of a future history, in a universe policed by the instrumentality of mankind. The lords and ladies of the instrumentality are benign but all-powerful. Their slogan is quoted in Drunkboat: "Watch, but do not govern. Stop war but do not wage it. Protect, but do not control. And first, survive." Quote. The story is partly based on Le Bateau Ivre, The Drunken Boat, a poem written in 1871 by Arthur Rimbaud, in which vivid imagery is used to describe the experience of a drifting boat as it fills with water. In Cordwainer Smith's story, this becomes the experience of a man who is sent through a special form of space known as Space 3. Summary: the story is introduced as a famous legend, often recalled in later years. Lord Crudalter, wanting to experiment with sending a person through Space 3, usually written as Space 3, selects Arthur Rimbaud, who is in a hospital on Earth 4. Anxious to find his lover Elizabeth. The name Arthur Rimbaud is a phonetic spelling of Arthur Rimbaud. Y is the standard phonetic symbol for the vowel written U in French. Having sent Elizabeth, who is dangerously ill, to a hospital on Earth, Crudalter constructs a special spaceship which sends Rimbaud through Space 3. Almost immediately arriving on Earth, he is found naked and unconscious lying on grass by the hospital. In the hospital, he remains inert. The doctors wonder who he is and what explains the unique unresponsive state they find he is in. Space 3 has given Rimbaud special powers. Aware of Elizabeth's presence in the building, he tears his way through a wall, and his uttered word, "no," when he cannot see her, has an effect on technology in the area. Back in his hospital bed, he speaks gibberish when the doctors try to talk to him. Crudalter travels by normal means from Earth 4 to Earth, believing that Rimbaud might be a danger to humanity. He seizes troops and they enter the hospital. The leading soldiers turn and attack those behind. In 2 minutes of confusion, many people are killed. Rimbaud, asleep and unaware of his powers, had caused the troops nearest Elizabeth to defend her against the rest. There is later a trial of Lord Crudalter. He tells the investigating lord that he induced rage in Rimbaud by saying that Elizabeth was at the edge of death, so that he would want to come faster to Earth than anyone had done, to make him travel through Space 3. He says he chose Earth 4 to select someone because it was a planet of explorers and adventurers where the rage level was already high. When Rimbaud testifies, he becomes articulate when he describes the journey through Space 3. He says, "I was the ship. I was the drunk boat myself." And he expresses the experience with striking imagery, taken from Arthur Rimbaud's poem, Le Bateau Ivre. For Crudalter, the conclusion of the panel of 7 Lords of the Instrumentality is, he has many troubles ahead of him, and we wish to add to them. Rimbaud and Elizabeth are brought back to health and are free to continue their lives. although their relationship has less intensity than formerly on Earth 4. He is happy. A man who has been through space 3 needs very little in life outside of not going back to space 3. Quote. References. External links. Drunkboat title listing at the Internet Speculative Fiction Database.